Hello and welcome to Death Loves Potluck. It is finally October. It is spooky season, even though I started celebrating in July. So I have not bought that much stuff this year. Things are very scarce in the stores. All the shelves are not stocked up, and it's a little disappointing because you don't get to see the full picture at once. You're just getting to see little drips and drabs, and most of the stuff is sold out. You're wondering, is this sold out or was it just not stocked yet? It's really crazy. Honestly, I can't complain given the year. We all know what's going on. So, I am going to show you what I actually have spent my money on. It's not a whole lot, but maybe in the next couple of videos we'll do some online window shopping or something. But these are the things that I have bought. So we're going to start out strong with the first thing I got, which was a Target pre-order. And it was the snake drink dispenser. So I actually got this on August 27th, I think. And yes, it is now October 2nd, and I'm finally getting around to doing a video with it. So I ordered 2 of them. I know it's greedy. I should save some for other people, but I did actually see one in a store in real life, so I don't feel as bad because that means there were enough of them that they actually got to stock the stores as well, because I know a lot of the pre-orders sold out. So they both arrived intact, which is good. I know a lot of people have been complaining that their Michaels orders are coming a little ragtag and broken up. So I was very happy that this came in good shape. These were $35, and yes, I would say it is worth it. They had this plastic band that has holes in it. It fits snugly over the skeleton head and over the spigot and wraps around the entirety. So it held it in place and it protected it. They did good with the packing. It was in a fitted styrofoam, so I have to say their packing was good, and I'm very glad. So let's start from the top and work our way down. Overall, something that I saw a lot of people complaining about is, and when I opened it, I was a little worried too. So I was thinking, when this was the first one that I opened, and I'm like, if someone goes to get a drink and they push on this too hard, well, this is just going to collapse over and it's going to shatter everywhere. But when I opened the second one, I saw that, yes, it was supposed to be glued in place. And upon further inspection with this, there is a glue substance around here. So they just tend to break free of their glue. That can be fixed. So I will glue it back in place because I am afraid of someone knocking it over. But yes, they are supposed to be glued in place. I know a lot of people were asking about that. The top has a little bubble wrap packing in it, which kept it from shattering this or chipping it in travel. Like I said, $35. The lid is super heavy, super sturdy. The skull, well, the teeth are a little low on it, and the nose is a little high. So I'm not going to give him a 10, but I mean, he's still kind of cute, and he's still somewhat well defined. So I'll give a pass on that. But this is super, super heavy. I have to weigh that. Let me get my scale. Okay. So that is actually 1 pound. The lid weighs 1 pound, 4.6 ounces. Wow. So that is really super heavy. Okay, so moving down, the glass has a rainbow sheen to it, kind of an oil slick sheen to it, which is really pretty. It does light up, which is more of an orangey kind of light. Let me turn the lights off real quick. All right, we're a little darker here. So you can see it's more of an orangey kind of light. I think I really would have rathered maybe green. I think green would have gone really well with the snake. That flickering is just because I don't have enough strength in my thumb to hold it. So moving on, the spigot itself, this is the one thing I'm a little disappointed with. It's plastic. It's a very light, cheap feeling plastic. So how can you do so well on the rest of it? The lid weighs a stinking pound and you couldn't give me a metal tap. It's disappointing. And I just see this getting broken so easily. Even trying to, I'm going to hold this in place because it's not glued, figure out which way. It's very tight. So I can see my party guests, I'm like really struggling. I can see them breaking this, trying to get it to work. And that is so disappointing to me. And it has an open and closed label on here with arrows, which I can't see because I'm a little short here. But that also, it's kind of ugly. It's just yellow and it's cheap looking. I don't know. Like, if I knew how to replace this with a better tap, I would. But I don't know how to DIY that. And then moving down to the base, it's beautiful. It's beautifully carved. Again, it's heavy, it's thick, it's got meat on its bones, it feels good in your hands. It's just this tap. I'm so disappointed with the tap of it. But the rest of it, it's gorgeous, it's beautiful. I'm still happy I bought it because it is beautiful. We'll see how long the tap actually lasts because I see it easily breaking, leaking. I'm not sure. I haven't tested it yet, so I don't think it's leaking. I'm saying over time, use and wear, I don't know. I'm not sure on that, but this, you failed me, Target. You failed me. This was all beautiful until this. Okay, so that's enough of that. That is the only thing I've bought from Target so far. My Target shelves, they're still empty. It's now October 2nd and the shelves are still so sparse. I really haven't seen most of the stuff I've seen online in store yet. And again, I like to see them in person in case that type of thing, even though I love the rest of this. But if this was not as good and it had this, I'd be done. Okay, so I'm going to move on to Walmart real quick. Again, hardly anything on the shelves. I did get 3 rubber snakes for 98 cents each, which is a bargain. I'm going to try to spook it yourself. That lovely, wonderful wreath I went crazy over from at home with the snakes and the silver and the sparkles. My husband does not like the glitter. It is not allowed in our house. So I'm going to get one of those wreaths. I'm going to zip tie these to the wreath, just like they did in the store. And I'm going to try to do like a mercury silver paint and see if I can get the sparkle without the glitter. So hopefully I will be able to get a video up of that so we can see how that turns out. Probably disastrous, but we're going to try. I got 2 more things from Walmart, which were these candlestick holders. And these are incredible. Bravo. They're wonderful. Again, they're heavy. They're made out of the same material as the drink dispenser. I think probably melamine decoration, not a toy. Who's gonna play with a candlestick as a toy? All right, I don't know, it just says do not use with a taper candle greater than 12 inches tall, and they were $6.97, and that's an amazing price. I could see this easily going for 14 bucks. and that would still be reasonable to me. Once you get into $20, I'm like, yeah. But we have a bat, and we have a, I'm bad at telling the difference between the ravens and the crows, just looking at them, but I want to say this one is a crow. I think the beak says crow to me. I'm not sure. But you have a crow, and he's rested on a ball of some sort. Looks like brambles, or actually kind of looks like a peach pit to me. But that's not important. These are well made. They're beautiful. At least I got two, and they match other than the creatures that's on them, so I can kind of make do. But these were the only two on the shelf. Again, the shelves were pretty empty. I know I keep saying I'm sorry, but for $7 each, I'm very happy with them. Okay, moving on. I think I always get Ross and TJ Maxx and all mixed up. So this is, I think this is Burlington. I'm sorry. It is a lovely black cup that says Witch's Brew. It has a moon and a pentagram. Pentacle is the one with the circle, right? Because I say pentacle, circle, and I try to remember it that way. Hopefully I'm right. So this is just the star without the circle is pentacle, I think. Yeah, I know I'm going to get flamed if I get it wrong. And it has these little streamers coming down, little dotted streamers with some twinkly stars, and it says Witch's Brew. And it is very cute. It's pretty large, if you can see compared to my hand. The top of it opens up very wide, and it gets narrow at the bottom. I think the bottom is still larger than your regular coffee cup. And this was $3.99. So, of course, I had to get it. It's by Bewitched & Company Stoneware. And what I love about this, usually I don't like just regular coffee cups. They have to have a nice shape to them because it has the taper. The handle, it's a little more defined than just a square, like on most coffee cups. But the inside is actually black too. I hate when I see a lovely cup and then the inside is white. I'm so adverse to white. I banned white at my wedding. It's nice in other people's houses and things, but I don't like white in my own environment most of the time. It's got to be a really good exception, or like a black and white stripe situation. But very pretty cup, good cheap price. But again, one on the shelf. So that's the only one. And then I think this one was Ross. Grimson's Gate 15-inch 2-piece aluminum serving set. This was at Ross. It was $8.99. Again, it was the only one on the shelf. It was not even in with the Halloween stuff. It was just randomly placed on a shelf. I don't know if someone else put it there or if it was just chucked there. But it's cute. It was the first in-store buy of the season. I usually like my things a little more defined. These skeletons are a little mushy. I don't know how else to describe it, but a little mushy. But it was the first in-store. I was so excited to see just something on the shelf, so I might trade this off with someone. But still, the price at $8.99. It's heavy. It says aluminum, but it is heavy, so I can't be mad at that. It's still a good buy. They're still cute. I haven't seen anything else like it, so I'm happy with that. dollar store. I got a bunch of tombstones. I'm going to try a sort of do-it-yourself with those, where I put some more styrofoam on the back of them, repaint them, do a little sculpting. We'll see how that turns out. But I also got this container. Came in orange and black, but of course, naturally, I'm going to go with the black. If you got it, haunted. Little skeletons with a graveyard fence, full moon, bats, trees. It's got all the spookies, and it's pretty darn large. For $1, I can store art supplies in this. Even the top, it's got a scalloped edge around it. It's got a pretty good clip, so it's kind of solid. And for $1, I bought 4 of them, which I think were all that were on the shelf. But it's $1, and you can always use more containers. Let's be honest. I could even store cookies in here. It's pretty tightly sealed. It should keep them good. And so this year I'm trying to decorate the front yard a little better. I'm going to try to do a graveyard scene, like I said, with the gravestones. I'm going to try to do a little DIY with that. But the dollar store also had these fence posts. I'm sure you've seen them before. They have a bat or they have a spider. They're plastic, hollow in the back. It's the dollar store. What do you expect? But you get 2 for $1, and you can link them together and make a creepy fence. I'm going to try to spray paint them as well. The bat comes with red eyes and purple wings, so it's fine as it is. I just find if I use sort of a flat or a satin spray paint, it makes it look like real iron more so than the plastic texture you get here. So we'll see how that turns out. Hopefully, again, I'll be doing a video on that if I ever get off my lazy butt. So that's in the works. It's super cute. I'm sure you could use this on so many different projects. Even if you have like an old nightstand, if it has a column on either side that you can fit this, glue that sucker on there, paint it up. I think that would look amazing. It's got so many potential opportunities. He's a cute bat. I'm very picky with the sculpting. He's a little funny, but he's not that bad, really. I would definitely put this on a piece of my furniture. So I got 20 of these, which I think was their entire stock of the bats, and I left the spiders behind. The spiders were cute. I would go with those, but I just like the bats better. Alright, moving on to Spirit of Halloween. I know you've seen everything there. I just bought a couple things, so it's not going to be a long video on that because I know you've probably seen them to death by now. But I had to get the palmistry hand. I started learning palmistry a couple years ago, and I'm still learning. I'm not a good student. I keep forgetting to study, which means I keep forgetting. I've practiced on a couple people, and I've got mostly good reviews. There's some people that you're just not going to satisfy no matter what you do. So I think I'm decent at it. So I had to get it. I'm obsessed. There are a lot of palmistry hands out there, but I really like this one. It's got a very aged look to it. You have the fingernails and the knuckles highlighted on the back. The plaster feels, I don't know why, I just like the feel of things. It's cold to the touch. It feels very porcelain. It's not, but it feels very porcelain. I love it. It's smooth. It's cold. I would recommend buying this in person instead of online. When I was looking at them, some of them, part of the inscriptions were rubbed off, misprinted. Some of them had more shards from the molding process in between the fingers. So I'm glad I went in person and picked my own out. But I really like this one. I know it's off-white, okay? It's off-white. It's got sort of a gray kind of plaster. It just, I don't know, something about this version of it, it's beautiful to me. It just looks like a cold dead hand. I really like it. Okay, enough of the hand. I also got the Beetlejuice hand towels for the kitchen. You get 2 of them in the pack. You have like a snaky thing. You have their spooky heads that they made to try to scare, and the shrunken head guy is on here, some skulls. This one I'm okay with, but the one that I really wanted was the Never Trust the Living with the tombstone skulls and wings. And this spoke to me because my dining room is purple walls and a candy apple green ceiling, and this just brings it all together. It matches so well. And then I went to Big Lots, and they have some witchy things on top of their Halloween section, so check out their kind of seasonal section. They have a lot of hand towels and mirrors and stuff like that with full moon phases, bath rugs and stuff. I will maybe cover that in another video. I don't know how keen people are on just seeing you go through a store picking things up with your hands, because I don't have anyone to film me. So it's just my big fat hand grabbing for things. But I went to Big Lots and I found 2 sets of these microfiber towels to go with this, because they only, again, Spirit only had 1 of these on the shelves. They were sold out. And I love the Beetlejuice theme with everything this year, because I know another movie is coming out, hopefully, maybe, possibly. There's talk. But we're super excited about that, and I love seeing Beetlejuice merchandise. I love Beetlejuice so much. Okay, also at Spirit Halloween, I got the purple witch's hat. Hold on to that. Last year they had it in black, and it has moon and stars imprinted into the velvet, and it has this lovely purple lace. It's fighting me. Lovely purple lace around the brim and a very flowy ribbon in the back. This is so well made. I wouldn't mind wearing this just as a daily hat, even though it's still kind of ridiculous to most people walking around out there, gonna look at you funny, but I don't care. It's beautiful. So I got that. It matches that black dress that I got last year. I also bought another copy of that dress this year because they had it again. I love that dress so much. It only goes up to an extra large, but it's semi-stretchy, so I was actually able to fit my fat behind into it, and I didn't feel pregnant wearing it. It was a dress that I could wear without a corset and feel pretty and spooky and witchy, and I love that so much. I bought other items in extra large from Spirit, one of the vampire jackets with the beaded fringe on the shoulder that I fell in love with, even though it was thin and cheap, but it looked so cool. I couldn't get my arms into the arms because I have chunky arms, but that dress fit me wonderfully and I love it. So I bought another one this year because last year I kind of felt like they only have like one extra large on the shelf. So I went to multiple Spirits and I only bought one copy of the dress because I felt like I don't want to steal that from someone else who might potentially want it that's of the larger persuasion. So I only got the one, and I really wanted to get more in case anything ever happened to it. So I did get another one this year. But I'm actually surprised that they have the hat in purple this year, but they didn't make the dress in purple. I would have so bought that dress in purple too. I will buy that dress in every color. I want them to come out with a green and a blue, a red, just come out with all the colors, and I will buy it. Every single color, I will buy it. Please, Spirit, listen to me. That dress, please, bring it back in other colors too. I love it so much. And I'm just happy that I can fit into it, and it doesn't look costumey. It's great quality. Okay, so that's the purple hat and the dress. Then Party City has a lot of good scene setters this year. And again, their shelves were still empty when I was there, but they have some Jason, some Michael Myers scene setters. And this year, my annual Halloween party was going to be The Shining themed. I was going to do, 1920s, it's 2020, and we could do The Shining / 1920s, and everyone can wear a flapper dress, and it would be so cute and cool, and we'd have blade axes everywhere. But, yeah, we're not having a party this year, obviously. But we're going to postpone it to next year, because at the end of The Shining, when Jack is in the picture, it is 1921, so we can do 2021, and it still makes sense. I already have my dress. I wore it for New Year's this year. Again, I love the dress, but when I look back on the pictures, I look like a cow. But hopefully I will lose some weight for next year, and I will look wonderful in the dress, because the dress itself, the beading on the front kind of reminds me of a rib cage. So I love it. It's beautiful. It's like a dark red and black. But back to Party City. The reason I'm telling you this is because they have a scene setter with the twins and the door with red rum painted on it. So this was perfect for my party. We were trying to think how we were going to do this. Can we print out pictures? Can we get them enlarged? How are we going to do this? Because we need the twins somewhere, and we need to write red rum. Maybe we'll just do a piece of plywood with red rum on it, or something like that. And then this popped up this year, and it's perfect. This was, I want to say it was $6 and change. It doesn't say it on the package. I want to say it was $6 and change. And you get 2 in the pack. You get the twins and the door with red rum. So I couldn't pass it up. And okay, I think we're on to the last thing here. Joann Fabrics. It's not very Halloween, but I'm going to share it because I did get it, and I waited for the discount to come out on it. Alright, so we have this beautiful mushroom wreath, this fairy circle of mushrooms to hang upon your door. I showed this in one of my previous videos, and I was absolutely in love with it. I didn't like the price of it, so I did actually wait for that further discount to come. So I bought the wreath, and I also bought 4 door garlands, and I, in the spring, am going to hopefully put this around my outside door. Look at these mushrooms. They look so good. They're so lifelike. I hope that if I do put them around my front door outside, the squirrels don't eat them thinking they're real, because I would be so sad. But this screams spring to me, so this will be my spring decor, even though it was kind of in with the fall stuff. I don't know. It looks spring to me. But look, the variant of the mushrooms, different colors. You got purples, reds, oranges, the white mushrooms, and they've got so much body to them, moss, and it's. I'm weird that when I find something I like this, I want to buy multiple in case something ever happens to it, but I didn't. I just bought the one, but this will be my spring decor. I have a Tudor style house, and I think this will go perfect with the outside of the house. Here's hoping the squirrels don't eat it. I'm slowly working on the outside of the house. We've been doing a lot of renovations on the inside of the house, and now I'm starting to work a little on the outside since my parents aren't here to help me on tiling the shower and stuff like that I can't do on my own. And I'm so embarrassed by the state of the outside that I'm trying to work on it. I actually went into The Sims. I've mentioned this before, but I've gone into The Sims. I made our house and I put a garden in front. How I plan to do it, hopefully sometime in the future when I can afford to do it, when I have the time to do it, and when I have the energy to do it, because I'm getting older and lazier. And my back is giving out more and more of the simplest things that I'm doing. So I did a mock-up of how I want the garden, and we're trying to decide what tree to put out front. If you have any suggestions for a tree we should put out front of a Tudor style house, please let me know down in the comments. We want something that does not grow any higher than 30 feet, and we are in New Jersey. So the climate is New Jersey, so it gets fairly hot and it gets fairly cold, depending on the year and how well Mother Nature wants to be to us. But I was looking at rowan trees because that would go well with the Tudor style. I could also gather the berries for witchy type things. However, I don't know what the cleanup with the berries is like. I don't know if it will drop too many berries on top of my car. You also have the birds who eat them and then crap all over. And but I think rowan tree is maybe on the top of the list right now. I'm not certain of that. But again, if you have any suggestions, if you have any factoids you can tell me about the rowan trees, I would love to hear from you. All my wishy gals and pals out there. Shout out to the male witches too. Okay, so thank you for watching. This is everything that I have physically bought this year. I doubt I will buy much more because I am poor and I don't like going out. It gives me great anxiety. People don't care, they're bumping into me, and I have social anxiety to begin with. So maybe we'll do some videos with some online shopping, like I said. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Happy Halloween.